Hello everyone, and welcome to Judy's Creations in Crochet. And today is September the 30th, 2025. And this is the end of the month slideshow that everybody always looks forward to see the items made in the butterfly mal for this month. And I'm glad to see you all. Welcome. Anybody that's new, I'm going to very quickly outline what the butterfly mal is about, and hopefully you'll participate next month. At the beginning of every month, I show a butterfly, and you are to take the colors from that butterfly, and I hope I still have this month's butterfly available, and if so, I will put it up here in the corner. And this month's butterfly was blue with a bit of pink on it. So predominantly the colors used were blue and pink. There is white in that butterfly. There's usually a bit of black somewhere. And somebody even found a small little strip of sort of a violet or purple color. But anyway, the butterfly is mostly blue and pink. So most of the items are blue, blue and pink, that kind of thing. And you take the colors from that item and you make anything you want. And you can make it in any yarn related craft. So you don't have to just do crochet, even though that's what I am as a crochet channel. I have lots of viewers that knit and do other things. So you make something that comes from those colors only. You don't add in a bunch of other colors, just the colors in the picture. You make an item, you send me the picture by the date that I give you, and on the last day of the month, I do a slideshow showing everybody's item for the month, and I show you the color for the next month by showing you another butterfly. When you send me your picture, I like to have your name, your location, a pattern name if you used a pattern, and the designer. And that's what we do each month here. And people seem to have a really good time doing this. It's very popular, and people enjoy it, and they love the slideshow. So here is, you've seen the picture, here is my item for the month. I showed you this yarn at the beginning of the month. It is long enough. Actually, it wasn't long enough, but it blocked out long enough that I can make it into kind of a neck piece with this lacy part showing, or I can put it the other way around and wrap it around me. I think I have a picture showing the back side of it. I can put that up there. This is called Changing Seasons, and it is a pattern by Karen Hooley. Now, this is a little bit different in that usually you make the body of it, the pink part, and then you add on the lace. But this one didn't do that. This one worked back and forth, and when it got here, it changed to the navy, and then you worked out here. And then you worked back on the navy and changed to pink and did this row. So you were working all the way across both colors, every row, back and forth, changing color here, every row that you went back and forth. And then it had a very interesting pattern out here as well. I'm not going to talk about it, but it is, I've had a couple patterns done the way this was done, and I enjoy doing that. So, very interesting, very new construction to me. And the beauty of a pattern by Karen Hooley is that it has a chart. And if you've been here any amount of time, you know how much I prefer charts to reading all the written gobbledygook that becomes a pattern. I just prefer a chart. And if you like this pattern, you may like to look at other designs by Karen Hooley. I did a focus on her in September. Was it last year or was it 2 years ago now? But I did do a designer focus on Karen Hooley, and I have a playlist of designer focuses. If you look in there, you would find where I talked about her and her patterns. So that's what I did for this month, and I'm going to put this aside now. And you know, I always start with what I'm wearing, but what I'm wearing is something I've worn so many times. It's a cocoon cardigan I made years ago, and it's well worn and pilling, and it's quite a mess. But it was very, very cool down here, and I had to put something on to give me a little warmth. So I'm going to put that aside. That's what I made this month. Now, I was going to make a second item with the pink and the blue navy that are sparkly. And I didn't get around to it. I did think about doing it, but at the time when I could start it, I really wasn't in the mood, and I decided I want to add a third color, and at some point I'm going to make something with that yarn and a third color, but not right now. It's going to wait. So instead of a whole lot of chatter, you're saying, come on, let's get with it. We want to see the slideshow. So we will get started, and I'll share the screen. In fact, I'll put it across the screen. The items that you have made. We start with Bonnie S., who is from Pennsylvania. She's made this mesh top. It's a pattern from Charming Designs by Crafty Kitty. And she said she did make a modification. She added sleeves and ribbing to the pattern. Next we have Kathy, who is in Ontario, and she made this 5-hole window pane blanket. And she said it's by Lauren Irving, and it's a free pattern that can be found on Ravelry. Next, we have Linan from Florida. She has done Tunisian crochet, and this is the Tunisian twisted knit stitch that she used to make this cowl of her own design with the random contrasting rows in pink. Christine from Kentucky has made this neck scarf, and it's called Maday's, M-D-A-Y apostrophe S, Maday's scarf, and it's from Maday's vlog on YouTube. Next we have Marie. Marie is from Virginia, and as she usually does every month, she has made another Boggy Creek blanket. This is her own design, and if you look closely, you'll see each section looks like a different stitch. Then Barbara D., I think this is a new participant who is from Massachusetts, has made the sticky that's called the Bibolicious sticky, and it's a pattern from Mama G Gear. She can be found on YouTube. Then we have Raylene, who is from South Australia. She has made this shawl. It is a pattern from Hooked by Robin. So it's a tutorial that you can find on YouTube called Crochet Spring Shawl. Then we have Janet M. from California, and she has done this staircase blanket, and it's a pattern from Fiber Spider. So once again, you know, you can find a YouTube tutorial for it. Now, Adam Adam is from the UK. Adam this month decided to dye some yarn to match the colors. And I first saw this on Nina's Knots Crochet. And when I saw her showing the yarn, I thought, oh, that's a perfect match to this month's butterfly. And sure enough, picture came in a few days later saying that's what he had done. Then Josephine has submitted a couple of things. The first is an amigurumi called Angelica Whale, and it's from a book called Animal Friends from Pika Paw 3. And then she has done this vest. It's called the Natural Beauty Vest, and it's from 2023 Crochet World magazine. Lori, who is from Indiana, has made this bear called Cassandra from Crafty Ever After. Oh, the pattern is by Cassandra, I guess, from Crafty Ever After. And the overalls are her own pattern. Next we have Faith, who didn't tell me where she's from, and she has done 2 smile balls. I got one at the beginning of the month and one later in the month. So are you a new crocheter, Faith? And you were showing me the improvement you're making over time, because the second one did look a little better than the first. Robin, who is in Ontario, did this doll outfit. And it's from an old, it says it's from an old patron booklet. I want to think it was Peyton's, not patron. But anyway, it's from a very old pattern booklet called Doll's Wardrobe. Then Bonnie B., who is here in Chatham, she used a lot of leftovers to knit this scarf and crochet the beanie. And I'm believing they are both her own design. Denise, who is from Minnesota, did this top-down cluster hat, and she did a cowl, no pattern, and said, hopefully, and I can, she said, hopefully you can see the sparkles, and I definitely could. Lisa, who is from Ontario as well, has knit this square stuffies. I guess it's called Knit Square Stuffies, a pattern by Yarnspirations. Then Fran from Ohio has made 2 of these Anna's Floral Coaster, and you put them together to make a double thickness, and it comes from Ophelia Talks Crochet, and that is a YouTube channel. And Cindy S. has made this, this sparkle wrap with the double fillet stitch, a stitch from Fiber Spider. Rosanna, who is in Ontario, has made a wheelchair lapgan, and it is a soft ripple, no particular pattern. And Tammy S., who is in Ontario, very close to Chatham, has made these slippers. They're called Joe's Perfect Slip Socks. Oh, okay, sorry, they're socks, not slippers. And the pattern is by Cozy Up Knits. Then Tina from Australia has once again done this 9 patch sampler is what I'm calling it. Every month she does 9 squares with butterflies and puts them together using the color of the month. And at the end of the year, hopefully, maybe early next year, we're going to see these all put together. Then Susan W., again, she hasn't told me where she's from. I used to know, but I don't now. Anyway, she's made this scarf and bookmark from the book that she shows in her picture. So if you're interested, make note of the book. Debbie W., who is from California, has made this wheat stitch beanie. I don't know where that comes from. Then Diane, who is in Wisconsin, has made the Lamia wrap, and this is a pattern from Tony Lipsy. Carmen in California, she's made 2 items here. First, we get the spring shawlette, which is a tutorial by Ophelia Talks. And next, she's made this beanie. It's called Textured Stripes, Celebrity Slouchy. I guess the book is called Celebrity Slouchy Beanies for Family. And it's a book by Leisure Arts. Debbie P., who is in Arizona, has made this easy breezy summer shawl, and it's a pattern by Jen Cataret, or maybe Cataret, but I think Cataret. And Donna from New York has made another square and a hat that I believe is her very first knit project. Lillian is from Ontario, and she made this short scarf. It is a 4-row repeat, but she did not have a pattern, so it's of her own making. Barbara M., who is from Alberta, has made this rosebud raglan sweater t-shirt, and the pattern is by Janine Miska. Lillian from Singapore has made this cowl, which she says is her own design. And Alexandra, is from California, and she has made this shawl, and she didn't give me any particulars about it. Vicki O., who is from Wisconsin, has made this cool evening throw, which she adapted into a wrap, and it is from Hirschner's. And Rebecca from Mississippi, who has been playing with granny squares, has made this granny square poncho, which is something that's new for her. And Sherry from Alabama has made this Polish star hat. It's part of a hat and cowl set. She's just made the hat for now. And it's a pattern by Natalia Kononova. The pattern is in Ravelry. And she actually dyed the yarn as well for this project. Moving on, we have Vicki C., who is from California, And she has made a set of dishcloths and scrubbies. She said she's been on a real binge with dishcloths and scrubbies lately. Then Deb from Arizona has made this, I call them fashion scarves. It's a CJ Brady pattern called Finding Balance. And once again, you can find a designer focus on CJ Brady on my back in my videos. Melissa, who is from Pennsylvania, is still making these hexagons for the Corey Dallas blanket, I believe, which is an EFA pattern. And Cindy, who is from Costa Rica, first made this blanket, which I believe is from Blossom Crochet, another YouTube channel. And then she made a hat and cowl, which just used a simple V-stitch, and I think it's pretty much of her own design. Kimberly from Florida has made this pot holder. And Tammy M., who is from Ontario, has made this hat. Didn't tell me anything about the pattern. I don't know if it's her own design or if she followed someone else. And that brings us to the end of our slideshow. This month, we had a few less, but not many. We still had a total of 40. So that's a good showing. I'm always happy. No matter what number we get, I'm always happy with it. 40 is a very good showing. And thank you to all of you that participated. A lot of interesting items there. So at this point, I know you're waiting to see me spin the wheel. Oh, that's another thing I need to tell you. You know that I've the last little month have not been able to send things to the US. Well, now Canada Post has gone on strike, and full strike, meaning no mail delivery. So I can't send anything anywhere. Nope. And who knows how long this strike is going to last. So for the foreseeable future, I think we're just going to do a free pattern in Ravelry. So whoever the winner is, you need to contact me. My email is always in the description box below. And you need to choose a pattern of your choosing, whatever it is strikes your fancy. And you need to email me the name of that pattern, excuse me, and your Ravelry name. So we're going to get the wheel out here. Oh, we gotta sign in. Oh, there it is. Okay, so here's our wheel with all the names on it. And I'm going to tap to spin it, and we'll see whose name comes up. And we wait until it stops because I made a mistake there once before. So there it is, spinning away. Debbie W. So Debbie, you need to contact me if you want to take the time before you actually contact me to go on Ravelry, find a pattern that you like, and email me with the name of that pattern and your Ravelry name. And I'll get that sent out to you right away. So congratulations, Debbie W. Yes, I have multiple people with same last names, and I'm curious, Debbie, what did you make us this month? I should start looking that up after somebody wins. Oh, she made a wheat stitched beanie. So I'm thinking she looked up the stitch and then made the beanie on her own. So that's the month of September. And now, of course, we're all anxious to get started on the next month. So you're all anxious to see the next butterfly. The next butterfly is really quite beautiful. And I think you'll be surprised at it. It's not what you're expecting for October. And by the way, I want to remind you, again, I have before, for those that don't remember or didn't know, there is a bonus butterfly. If ever you cannot find the colors for the monthly butterfly, you can take the picture of the monarch butterfly. I'll try to put the monarch butterfly in here while I'm talking. I've had 3-4 people use the monarch butterfly instead when they just didn't have the yarn for the butterfly of the month. So that is perfectly okay. You can do that once during the year. We only have 3 months left, so you know, possibly you're not going to need to make or use that bonus butterfly. But just in case, I remind you that you can do that instead of what I show for the month. So stop gabbing, Judy. Show us the butterfly for the month. So here it is. I'll leave it up for a minute or so. I give you enough time to get a screen grab of it so that you can have it in your photos and have it to refer to throughout the month. So I think it's been there long enough. Isn't that a beautiful butterfly with beautiful, beautiful greens in it? So here is my thinking. I don't know if this matches perfectly, but to me, there are so many greens and so many shades of green, and that butterfly looks so ephemeral to me. And I chose this yarn. This yarn happens to be yak silk lace from EFA, and it has all these tones of green that I thought would somehow match up with the picture. Yak silk lace is 80% yak down. Sorry, did I say 80? It's 50% yak down and 50% silk. And it has 630 meters or 680 yards. So there's a fair bit in it, but it is lace. So it would be maybe good to make a wrap. I thought of making one of CJ Brady's One Skein Wonders, but it would be a waste of this yarn because her One Skein Wonders use about 400 yards, a typical skein of fingering weight. But this has 680, so I need to make something bigger. Now, my other thinking was, I think this maybe I'm going to be putting the butterfly. Oh, I need to sit in the middle. Share the screen with the butterfly. And I think these go together, but I'm not sure. I thought of doing another one of Karen Hooley's, the same kind of scarf I did last month, but she has 3 or 4 different patterns and I'll have the body with the lace. But the more I look at this and how much yarn there are a couple of patterns out there. Some of you did one, I think it's called Falling Leaves, and you've done it in a solid color, and I wonder if it's would be appropriate in this variegated color, especially in green for leaves. I'm thinking that, or I did a pattern, I think it's called Dean of the Forest or Forest of the Dean, something like that. And it's a sizable asymmetrical pattern, and it has lace on one side and solid on the other side. I've made that pattern twice at least. And I'm thinking maybe that would be one, because it's a pattern that I could make it longer. Something asymmetrical that I can just keep it growing until I use up all of the yarn. So I'm thinking I might go that way, because a rectangular wrap with only 680 would have to be narrower than I like to make it long. So it has speckles in it too. Interesting. Anyway, that's my color for this month. I think I'll leave the speckled one out, or the sparkled one out, and put it with something else. I have another green over there. They could go together. And I think I'll just use this one. So now the next part, and then we'll be done. We're done a little early today, but that's okay, because you're going to see me again in 2 days. October the 31st is a Friday. Do I want to do a Thursday and a Friday video? I'm thinking no. So I'm going to do the video on the 30th. The 30th. And if I... If I give you the 27th, that only gives me Tuesday and Wednesday. I suppose if I made the deadline Monday, the 27th, I could make the list Monday night and add in any that come late at night. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try doing the video on the 30th and giving you the deadline date of Monday, the 27th, because I do want to give you enough time. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks from today, actually a day less, but 4 weeks to make something for October, Monday, October the 27th. That will be the deadline date. And hopefully I have enough time on Tuesday, Wednesday to get everything done that has to be done, make the video and edit. This is a very time-consuming video to edit. So that's it for this month. I hope you enjoyed the slideshow. I hope you like the color. And remember, when you send me the picture, the email address to send it to is in the description box below. Be sure to have your name, your location, and the name of the pattern and designer that you used. If you didn't use a pattern, you did it yourself, then say that it's your own design. And we'll see you at the 30th of October. Meanwhile, we'll also see you this Thursday. And until then, happy hooking.